Hello everyone and welcome back to part 3 of this 3-part series about understanding comfort zones and busting out of them in order to create the life that we really want to create. This is part 3. This is based on the Manifesting for Non-Gurus book. The content of this video is really the foundation of the strategy that we teach to help people create the lasting results that they really want. And again, this work, as we talked about in the first 2 videos, is about results. And in particular, it's about making those results that we want turn into lasting change, not just something new that's going to last for a little while, but really long-term lasting results. We looked in the first video about the 4-part model that helped us understand what comfort zones are, that a comfort zone occurs when our beliefs about who we are matches the results we get. In the second video, we looked at a couple of different ways that current strategies don't help us get out of those comfort zones. The first one was about changing our results without changing our belief about who we are, which takes us out of our comfort zone. The second way we looked at was changing our beliefs and allowing that self-talk to kind of talk us out of it and get still out of our comfort zone. And now we want to talk about a better way. We want to talk about a way that we can bust out of these comfort zones and literally create a new comfort zone that is going to take away the kind of resistance that we might be experiencing on a consistent basis. So there is a better way to get the results we really want and have those results last. Isn't that what we really want for anyone who wants to lose weight or get in shape? Isn't it to make those results really last? So let me show you in a really simple way, based on this model that we've already talked about, exactly what the key is to making that happen. We talked in that second scenario about starting with our beliefs about who we are. And you'll notice in the lower left-hand corner here, what's happened is that we've taken those beliefs about who we are and put them in real bold language. We've also taken that arrow that points up towards our thoughts and made it bolder than the other arrow. That self-talk arrow, that voice that comes back and says, no you can't, no you won't, you've never been able to do it before, whatever kind of resistance might show up. And what we're going to encourage people to do is not just create a new belief about who you are, but create a belief that is really anchored in. Create a belief that is powerful and that you're really going to be committed to, and speak it to the universe, speak it to the world, speak it out loud in such a way that it really sinks in. And what's going to happen is, if you're willing to do this, if you're willing to speak right over and right through that self-talk that might come back, if you're willing to really be serious about this, at some point what's going to happen is you're going to get an idea. In amongst all that conversation about no you can't, you've never been able to do it before, you're going to get an idea, you're going to have a thought. Something's going to come to you and say, you know what, there are things that I could do. Here's an approach that I could take. Here's a support system that I could put in place. And you're going to take those thoughts and you're going to get into action. You're going to take action based on those ideas that you get. And we know what happens when we take action. We know that the action leads to the results we want. So just as an example, what I would suggest is that if you declare that you are a healthy, fit person, despite what you might be seeing in the mirror, despite what your behaviors have indicated for the past several months or years, at some point you're going to get ideas about how to make the transition from where you are now to where you want to be. At some point you're going to follow up on those ideas and you're going to start exercising, you're going to start eating better, you're going to take specific actions that will create the result that you really want, that healthy, well, fit, healthy person. And what's going to happen is, if you start taking those actions, you can't help but start seeing the results show up. And it's very much like that first model we talked about where the external influences were driving this, but now something very different is happening. Because we've made a declaration that we are healthy and fit. We're now starting to think the thoughts of a healthy, fit person. We're taking the actions of a healthy, fit person, and at some point those results are going to show up. And the best part of this model is what happens next. And that is that we create a new comfort zone. We create a new model where literally the new results that we've created match that new belief about who we are. The result that starts showing up in the mirror looks like a healthy, fit, energetic, vibrant person, and it matches that belief that we declared about being healthy, fit, and vibrant. And you've created, literally, by the definition that we talked about, a new comfort zone. And the difference is that your new result is based on the belief that you want. The results are what you want, your comfort zone is based on what you want, and so the resistance can literally melt away. So this is the key to getting a lasting result. This is the piece that's missing for people who keep joining the gym, who keep going on diets, who don't address this issue of changing their belief about who they are and doing it in a way that is really serious and really dedicated. Now, I want to be really clear about whether it's possible to help people create that kind of self-image. Is it possible to change our self-image in such a way that we create this new comfort zone? And I will tell you that it absolutely is, and yet that it's not easy. That it can be simple to do, just as we showed in this model, but it is not easy. It is absolutely possible. And let me show you, let me actually give you a tip about exactly what's so important to do this. Is it's not going to happen overnight. That it requires discipline, it requires sticking with it, it requires not only declaring that new self-image, but doing it on a daily basis in a really committed way. In our book, Manifesting for Non-Gurus, we actually have a partner journal that goes along with it. And what we encourage people to do is use the content of the book and the journal as a mechanism for actually implementing that daily discipline, that declaration of who you really are and what your values are and how important it is for you to be healthy and fit. So here's the basic steps that we go through in the journal, and I'll just skim over these really quickly. If you're interested in learning more about this, I'll give you a link at the end of this video. But imagine at the beginning of each day you journaled about who you really are, that you are that healthy, fit person. If you journaled about what you're intending to attract, what is that ideal body weight? What is that intention for you in terms of your health and fitness? Ask yourself, how will you feel when you reach that goal, when you reach your goal weight, when you're in your ideal physical condition? How will you feel? And then identify and let go of the attachments that might get in your way. We spend a lot of time in our work looking at the ways that we make things more difficult than they need to be, and showing people how that happens and helping them overcome that. And then finally, that fifth step, which we talked about coming before any result we get, is to take inspired action. But I want you to imagine taking those actions from a place of clarity about who you really are, what you're intending to attract, how you'll feel when you attract that result, and having let go of the attachments that get in your way, and imagine how different, how effortless, how easy those actions that you're taking could be. So that's the Manifesting for Non-Gurus approach that we teach. That's the way that we show people, using this journal, using the content of the book, how to actually change that comfort zone on a lasting basis, how to create a new I am belief that will lead to thinking, action, and results that will create a new comfort zone for you and the lasting results you want. So we welcome you, if you're interested, to come to our website, which is www.heartset.com, HEARTSET.com, to learn more about the work that we're doing. And thank you so much for joining us for this three-part video series about the importance of understanding what comfort zones are, why we get stuck in them, and how to bust out of those comfort zones and change our results in a lasting way. Thank you so much for joining us.